You're stepping into a world where ancient gods and dangerous rituals collide, and it's up to you to pick up the pieces. In Dragon Age Veilguard, you play as Rook, tasked with stopping Solus the Dreadwolf from wreaking havoc on a world already on the brink. With allies by your side and formidable enemies in your path, this RPG invites you into a universe packed with lore, choice, and relentless combat. Whether you're a veteran of the Dragon Age series or a first-timer like me, this game has something to offer, if you're willing to face its unique mix of charm and challenges. Your journey kicks off with a dramatic showdown as you confront Solus during a critical ritual, only to unleash even more trouble, namely vengeful gods now aiming to dominate the world. As Rook, your mission quickly expands, pushing you to gather a diverse team of allies, each with their own story and skills. While the story leans heavily on dialogue and lore, it's accessible enough for newcomers, though they may miss the deeper ties to previous games.
I dare say it was a show of force.
You start by creating your version of Rook, customizing appearance and choosing a faction. The faction choice affects your gameplay with unique buffs and backstory elements, enhancing your experience without overwhelming you. Throughout the game, you'll encounter all 6 factions, each offering gear upgrades and reputation perks that adds depth and incentive to help and explore. Choosing between Warrior, Mage, and Rogue, each class comes with its own skill tree, allowing you to tailor Rook's abilities. The skill points are earned with each level, letting you experiment freely with builds thanks to the game's free respec system. This flexibility is refreshing, encouraging you to try out different combinations and playstyles. The game features vibrant yet cartoonish visuals that, while pleasant, don't quite capture the dark, gritty tone of the story, with moments of blood and violence that can feel out of place against the playful art style. Transmog options allow for gear customization, but finding a style that fits the world's atmosphere can be tricky, especially for those craving a more rugged look. Your party grows to 7 companions, each bringing their own gear, skills, and personal quests. The game nudges you to explore their storylines, often gating certain areas and collectibles until you complete companion missions. While some side stories are captivating, others can feel forced, especially when the game pushes you to keep everyone happy.
Forget it or dig into it, whatever you have to do. But if our Dragon Hunter isn't at her best, people will die.
There were so many conversations in the game, and everyone required you to decide on how to react. It didn't seem like any of the responses ever moved in a bad direction, so there wasn't an evil playthrough per se. When all was said and done, there were very few decisions that affected the overall story. No matter how you played it, you were a good guy on a mission.
Anyone else coming?
Only if you got yourself followed.
Combat is straightforward, with an emphasis on managing your own abilities and occasionally directing your companions. They provide support, but often require manual input to use their skills effectively. The tactical wheel offers a nice break in the action, letting you plan your moves, but companions rarely stand out in battle without micromanagement. The game features plenty of collectibles, from lore notes to powerful gear and altars that grant significant buffs. These additions encourage exploration and offer meaningful rewards that enhance your character's build. The map conveniently tracks your progress, making it easier to find missed items and complete zones. I would love to hear any thoughts or questions you have about the game or my review, so please leave me a message in the comments below. Now that we've unpacked the gameplay, story, and world of Dragon Age Veilguard, it's time to dive into my final thoughts and see how it all stacks up. This was my first foray into the Dragon Age universe, and it was quite the journey. While streaming the game, I was lucky to have viewers filming in on the lore I'd missed from previous titles. But even without that background, I found myself immersed in the story and world of Veilguard. Longtime fans might find the experience lacking compared to earlier entries, but coming in fresh, I was able to enjoy the game on its own terms. The visuals, though polished, felt a bit too cartoonish for the dark themes. I like a grittier, more immersive look, especially for a story involving death spawn and blood rituals. The transmogrification system was a nice touch, but I struggled to find gear that matched the tone I want. Most pieces felt too shiny and out of place, especially for a rogue trudging through mud and gore. The story was packed with layers of storylines, from the main quest to countless side stories involving companions and NPCs. There were some real standout moments, but not every tale hit the mark. The game seemed insistent on pushing you to engage with every companion's storyline, which felt forced at times. I appreciated the depth of characters, but didn't enjoy being pressured to care about every single one.
You'll have to kill me.
Well, that's awkward.
Gameplay mechanics were easy to grasp, and I loved the flexibility of being able to respec skill points freely. This allowed me to experiment with different builds, keeping the combat fresh throughout the lengthy playthrough. However, I found the companion AI lacking. They rarely felt impactful in the battle without direct input. The tactical wheel was a helpful addition, letting me pause and strategize, but it underscored the need to micromanage companions instead of letting them act autonomously. The loot and gear system had a unique twist, requiring multiple copies of items to upgrade their rarity. It was engaging at first, but by the end I was frustrated trying to max out specific pieces. I never fully experienced some of the best gear because I couldn't find enough duplicates, likely due to skipping a few chests and side areas. While this added replay value, it also felt like a chore at times. Despite these issues, I genuinely enjoyed my time with Dragon Age Veilguard. It's a lengthy, content-rich RPG that kept me invested between stream sessions, constantly thinking about my next move and how to optimize my build. While I didn't explore every inch of the map or complete every companion quest, the game left me eager to return for another playthrough and try different classes and choices. It's not perfect, but it's a solid experience for fans of the genre, offering a mix of story, combat, and exploration that's hard to put down.
That's for the Voss family.
With everything said and done, it's time to break down the numbers and see where Dragon Age Veilguard truly stands. So let's get into these ratings. The visuals were bright and polished, but too cartoonish for the dark themes. It's getting a 3. The story had a wide range of narratives with some truly standout moments. I'm handing out a 5.
Some things when they're desperate.
The gameplay had solid mechanics, but companions felt underwhelming in combat. That's another 3. There was some replayability. The game is worth a second playthrough for different classes and romances with some changes to the story. I'll give it a 4. The game was fun and kept me invested. Eager for more despite minor issues. It's worthy of a 4. Giving Dragon Age Veilguard an average score of 3.6 out of 5. Earning it a spot on the top shelf. A great RPG with enough content to keep you hooked, even if it stumbles in a few areas. Whether you're in it for the lore, the loot, or the battles, Dragon Age Veilguard has something to offer. If you're still unsure, take a peek at some of my other reviews for games you might enjoy in the lists over there. I'm here to help you find your next great adventure.